This playthrough is rated E for everyone.
Time to pay the toll, Deathtoll! Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare here with the finale of Soul Blazer. In the last episode, we cleaned Castle Magritte and found out that the king loved his wife so much he was willing to give her the world and destroy everyone else in the process. I'm not sure how to feel about that. He's still a bad person, but apparently we're going to forgive him. Okay, but at least the queen got, an explosion in the face, so at least there's that. But anyway, with all the stones ready to go, we can now go to the world of evil. So let's see what the world of evil has to offer. The 6 stones started to shine and were swallowed into the aurora. Blazer, the gate to the world of evil is finally open. But you need the Phoenix's help to defeat Deathtoll. When the Phoenix joins you, the palace of Deathtoll will appear in the world of evil. Blazer, try to find the 3 symbols. Well, we got 2 of them. So let's see what the world of evil has to offer. Oh, psychedelic. We're in space. A final area of the game where it evolves in space? Say it ain't so. That's still a cool area. Yeah, for being the world of evil, it's pretty cool. Anyway, we got some new enemies here. Oh, we finally got a level. We need 1 more level to be able to equip the final sword of the game, which we're pretty close actually to doing that. Really, you want to at least, I'm pausing it just so I can look up the information. There's only a couple of enemies in the final area of the game. So to equip the final sword of the game, you need level 24, and that's the minimum you need to beat the game because you have to equip the final sword in the game to beat the final boss. Anyway. Okay, let's, yeah, that opened up that area, and then we got some torches there. Those guys we fought were purple bulls. They got 23 HP, 2700 experience, and energy waves. And they're not metal or spirit, so we don't have to equip any specific swords for this. So, although there's a certain enemy we'll fight that needs the final sword of the game to do this. Yeah, I'll just have to use, oh yeah, we got, oh yeah, I forgot to equip power bracelet. We do have the magic bell, but I really don't actually need to use it. I'll have plenty of magic for the finale, and the game will give us plenty for what we need, because you do need the final magic spell in the game to even fight the final bad guy. Man, we got some Beelzebubs here. I mean, flies. Just giant flies. But, get rid of those guys. Okay. Giant flies, they're called fireflies, but they have 23 HP, 3000 experience drop. They like to run around really fast in multiple patterns, usually up and down, left to right, or horizontal is usually how they work. So, alright, let's grab this. Found 200 gems. Not that we really need at this point. I guess if you died at this point and didn't have a strange bottle, you need some gems. But the final boss gives you the chance to utilize gems for magic, which there's only 1 magic that would work. So, let's see. I think the other one was like over here. Yeah. And we received a medical herb if you need another healing. We might have to use a medical herb in this place depending on how bad I do on things. This will probably be the only other time in the game I may need a medical herb. Because some of the stuff does do quite a bit of damage. You might even want to equip the shield bracelet if you're worried about that. I don't think I'll have to, but, those are the same way either way, so. Alright, more purple bowls and flies. Yeah, weirdly enough, the final level of the game, well, actually, technically, you can get to level 50 in this game, but all the levels that are after, I think, 25, all they do is raise your HP totals. Anything after that, yeah, 24 is your final damage block, and 25, I believe, is your final defense block. After that, it's just HP bumps. So, and you do have to use magic here to finish these guys off, because you can't get to this final area. What the? There's a master symbol there. Well, hey, I can't actually get over there. Do I have to go to another area? No, that's not how this game works. You don't have to go to previous areas. Well, you do have to go to previous areas, but it doesn't unlock extra paths from other areas unless it's like the mermaid statues or whatever, It's pretty obvious what you have to do, and this is the final area. So, you see a master's tile there. Well, how else do you use master tiles? Well, you go to the master tile, the main one, and you'll notice, yeah, you have to think differently here, which is nice. Too bad they utilize this in the final area of the game. So, I guess that's cool still. Man, we received the red hot ball, so now we can summon the Phoenix. So let's take a look at that item. Red hot ball, yeah. But unfortunately, we can do it right now, but I'd rather wait till we finish. The world of evil only has 3 sections. So yeah, kind of short for the final boss, final dungeon of the game. Which is fine, I guess. We've already done all the major dungeons, so I guess it kind of makes sense that at this point it's all prep work, because there's only 3 different monster types, and that's it. And then the boss. The boss can be super hard or super easy depending if you understand his patterns. I'll see if I can try. Well, I'll talk about that when we get to it. So, looks like if we get too close to the edge, we're gonna get burned, Scarecrow. Ah, dang it. I was hoping not to get hit. Oh well, not much I can do on that. Yeah, you have to hit magic with these guys. At least some type of magic. I don't know why I keep collecting gems. I don't need them anymore. I've got plenty. Yeah, it's a habit, I guess. Anyway, open up the wall there. And I think even some of the monster homes I don't actually have to destroy. Some of them I could just ignore, really. Yeah, most of these I don't even have to... Oops. Not going up high enough. There we go. Yeah, I feel like for some of these you could just ignore the final monster homes or whatever. Go back to your home ball. Yeah, here's the... Now this is a new enemy right here. The, I think they're just called wall tiles, actually. They give a ton of experience, too. They give 4,000 experience, but we can't hurt them normally. We need the final weapon of the game to actually hurt them, which is the Soul Blade. We'll get that soon, like, in a matter of moments. But yeah, they get 4,000 experience, so it was worth killing them. The only problem, and they do a ton of damage, too. And that opens up that way. Now let's get these flies to come out. I'm trying to get them into a spot where I can hit them effectively, so... There we go. Yeah, most enemies in this game can be figured out if you just take a few moments to go through the details. Oh yeah, it says it's the World of Evil. That's all it's called. There's no unique names for these. There's no, like, you know, cool variation on the World of Evil, like the Shimmer Room or something like that. It's, nope, it's World of Evil. That's all you got. Oh well. Yeah, luckily fire doesn't attack us here. Yeah, since we don't have the weapon, we can't hit them. Like I said, if you get hit, you can take a ton of, pretty decent amount of damage. By the way, if you go in this door without the final armor of the game, you're gonna be cruising for a bruising. Because you'll take, like, I forgot how many ticks, I think it's like 10 ticks of damage or something crazy high every time you stand in the world of darkness for like a few minutes. Yeah, whoops. Yeah, it's pretty nasty. You could technically, well, I'd say you could technically survive, but I don't really think so. You would take way too much damage, and you can only hold 1 medical herb at a time. And by the time you got to the boss, I think you still get hurt even in the final boss room anyway. So, man, we got the soul armor, the best armor in the game. Yeah, it gives 2 more defense ticks and enables you to walk in space. In space! So yeah, now we're a space commander or something like that. I don't know. In space, space. Wait, Muppets in space. Except more death. Or being knocked out, depending on which console you're playing. Alright, now with the soul armor, we can now go to the final section of the game. And actually survive the space. Whoops. Just walked right into that thing, huh? Alright, let's see. We get 100 gems. Alright. I said don't really need it per se. Yep. And watch out for the fly. Watch out for the Jeff Goldblum fly. Yeah, not much really this way. I don't know. There's really no reason to go down here other than to defeat the fly, I guess. Kind of sad that there's not really much to these final enemies. I mean, they do a decent amount. Finally get to level 24, so now we can equip the Soul Blade. So and by the way, you need to be level 24. Like, you can't thrust your way to victory in this. You could try, but you're not going to be able to do it. No, seriously, you need to be level 24. That is a minimum. You have to be able to swing the sword. Anyway, we get the final weapon of the game, the Soul Blade. Let's take a look at that. The Soul Blade. Maximum strength and the strongest sword you may use. Yeah, thanks for the description. If only we could... You know, it is pretty powerful, but I feel like we could do one more thing with it. And we'll do that here in a second, because... Wait. Huh? Shouldn't there be something major here? I feel like this is a huge blend. Oh, I also like the souls in the background. I don't know if you noticed behind the Mode 7 stuff. Look at that. Isn't that creepy? Look at that thing. Yeah, I love old school graphics. Now, if we defeat these purple bulls here. Or imps, I mean. Actually, I don't really mind getting hit because we're going to unlock the Master's entrance. But yeah, as you can see here, there should be something here, like a door, a building. Let's go back to the Master. And... Oh, by the way, I'm over my player HP, so if I get hit like once or twice, you might not even notice me taking damage other than the smack he takes. But anyway, remember what the King of the Mount Soul said to do? Well, we need to go back to him after we get all 3 items, so we can call forth the Phoenix. He'll rise from the ash to help us, the angels, save the world from Deathtoll. Alright, see what... Did they say anything new now that I got it? No, they just say that I am a magician. Okay, yes, we got the 3 symbols, yes. Call the Phoenix. Call the Phoenix! What do you call a Phoenix? George? Or is it Peter from Shining Force 2? Yeah, I need to play that game again. I've already recorded it, but I still need to just play it again. You made it. Or, sorry. You made it! Blazer, I shall call the Phoenix! Okay, no, like, weird epic music? Just the girls freaking out on me? Blazer received the magic of Phoenix. High above in the sky, a beautiful voice could be heard. I am the Phoenix. I live on the Mountain of Souls. I will help you revive the world and protect the peace. As soon as I was called, Deathtoll moved in position. Basically, we unlocked the boss room, so... Blazer, return to the world of evil with the Phoenix. If you equip Soul Blade and Soul Armor, the Phoenix will be able to help you. This is the final battle, the battle with Deathtoll. Please come back alive. The power of the Phoenix is tremendous. I fear that without its power, you'll not defeat Deathtoll. That's true, you can't hurt him without it. Oh, Phoenix, please protect Blazer. Yep, alright, let's take a look. We got the final magic spell of the game, the Phoenix. Only requires 2 gems, and Phoenix will join Blazer. What happens is that basically you just press the attack button, and the Phoenix bursts forth from your sword. So you don't cast the spell like you normally would. But yeah, you need the Phoenix to fight the final boss. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, you cannot fight the boss hand to hand. It is impossible without, like, major hacking of the game or something like that. And we're not going to do that, so... But yep, this is it. Do any last minute prep. Get 1 last little medical herb. For people who've never played the game before, you'll probably need it for the final boss of the game. But if you've got everything you need, save with the Master, and head on back to the world of evil. Yeah, see, you fling a Phoenix when you attack, so you'll always cast a spell. You could use the magic bell, but really, for the final boss fight, I'd rather use either the shield bracelet, if you're not very good at this, or the power bracelet, which I'm going to use the power bracelet. So, alright, this is it, the final area of the game. Looks like a throne room of some sort. A throne room of evil? But, looks like the room is empty. Well, let's see if Deathtoll makes an appearance. Are you a coward, Deathtoll? Face me, Blazer. What the? The poor creatures that repeat transmigration of the soul cannot die. I will put you in a deep sleep. For boss time against Deathtoll, his first phase. So the way it works is that you have 2 balls of energy there. Oh, sorry, 3 balls of energy, and we already beat him. So let me pause it really quick. So he has... When he teleports between the room And I got hit twice, I think, or 3 times. And yeah, it still doesn't show on my thing, but I'll show you how to beat him without taking damage. Although, unfortunately, really to get a good run on this, it kind of requires some randomness. That's probably why it took me so many tries to do it. But I'll talk about that during the when I show off the run I did where I beat him. But anyway, he teleports between the room between multiple different spots on the top area there. He will throw 3 balls at you. 1 ball will shoot out really fast towards your location, and the other 2 balls will shoot out slowly in opposite directions, but they'll eventually home in your location. There's actually 3 spots on this board that the fast ball won't hit you, no matter, even if you just stand there, it'll just bypass you. And where I was standing before is one of the spots to where you do it. Also, it's in any of the corners of the room, like the top corners, the top left or the top right. The ball will also avoid you, and also here will avoid you too. Like right above that, on the bottom lower right area, just the tile above that like orange brick light thing, that it will also avoid you too. So that's one way to avoid the fast ball. The other 2, all you have to do is move like right before they hit you, and they'll dodge you. So that's another way to take like little to no damage from the first form of the fight. The first form has 100 HP. He doesn't drop any experience, and that's pretty much all he does. He doesn't have a lot of defense, so it's easy to go through his 100 HP pretty fast, especially if you've got the power bracelet equipped. But anyway, it looks like Deathtoll isn't done yet, because it looks like that skull he's holding was actually Deathtoll. Some people believe being constantly reincarnated means everlasting suffering. Being alive is suffering for some creatures. You will find out what I mean. What do you mean? For true final boss time against Deathtoll himself, his final form. Alright, Deathtoll has 3 attacks he has. He has these lasers that come at you. They'll, every, like, I don't know, 10 seconds or so, they'll come out. There's 2 spots on this map where they'll never hit you, no matter where you, as long as you're standing in these 2 spots. These by the time they get to you, then you won't take any damage. The third attack is these flame pillars here. They will drop gems. They're there to give you gems so you can actually cast Phoenix, because without that, you cannot hurt Deathtoll. You cannot, like, you can't actually get to him. But you can only hurt him during a specific phase, so which is here. So we destroy this, his face appears, he blasts 3 fireballs at us, and boom, there you go. And then he'll do the flame things once again. The tactic to not get hit by this guy is to just wait for the flames to go, and then find a good spot to avoid the lasers. The lasers? And oops, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, well I got hit. Don't worry, I've got a run where I already play tested this fight already, and I've already beaten it with no damage. I'll show that after this fight has occurred. But it took me a long time to fight this guy, so for final boss, I'm actually kind of surprised I figured out. At first I was like, oh, am I gonna just, oh, now I'm just being reckless. Oh well. Yeah, see, I've already got half HP or whatever, so, oh well. I was actually kind of surprised he has a basic pattern you can exploit for damage, so. I really thought I was never going to be able to get a perfect run on this guy. I was like, there's no way he's got like a specific spots where his attacks won't hurt, and I figured it out. I was just like, oh, okay, never mind. I can do a no-hit run on this guy, so. Unfortunately, it means I have to drag out the fight. I'm going to take extra damage, but the thing is, because he has no specific spots, you can take as much time as you need to either heal or kind of collect your thoughts, or you can always pause. Yeah, Battle of Deathtoll. No monster layers, no nothing. We have to just, oops. I gotta stop doing that. Luckily, during the actual no death or no hit run, I basically make sure not to finish off those flame pillars before the lasers attack, you know what I mean? But sometimes I'm just impatient. I could stand in other spots with the fire one, but I had to really memorize what, oops. Man, I only got a couple hits on that one. But yeah, you only get maybe a couple. Oh, by the way, you can never see Deathtoll's amount of HP, but he has 100 HP, so. That's his total HP, but you'll never see it, unfortunately. It never pops up on the screen. Whoops. Well, like I said, I can. Man, I'm just being antsy. I've got a metal cord if I really need to. I mean, I like the final boss music. That's still a cool fight. You know, most of the final bosses in Quintet games are kind of like this. Like kind of in a cloudy area where you fight some creature like this. Really, the most dangerous thing, really, in this whole fight is the lasers. Everything else can easily be avoided because the fireballs have a distinct pattern every time. It never varies. Really, the hardest, well, I don't know if I'd say hardest version, but the more difficult one to do any is up. There we go. We did it. We beat Deathtoll. The toll has been taken. Finally, Blazer defeated Deathtoll. Suddenly, Blazer heard a small voice. Blazer, we decided to stay here and seal the world of evil. Oh, sorry. Blazer, we decided to stay here and seal the world of evil. The world of evil that is a dark world that exists in the back of creatures' minds. As long as there are inventions in this world, the same thing will happen. I will stay and try to stop as much as possible. You are still young. You should experience more. And if you figure out reasons for all feelings, all connections, and existences, you'll be wise like the master. Blazer, get going. The world of evil began to disappear. Alright, time for the Deathtoll no-hit run. This is a post-game commentary on this because I had to really focus to get this. Well, that's how I did it anyway. So yeah, this one is just really a random chance. I was able to just get lucky with his teleports. And yeah, this fight is really easy as long as you... Yeah, see, I use the fourth square from the top and to avoid the fastball, and then I get right above it to avoid... then I move just either up and down to avoid the other two balls chasing after him. So that form, like I said, you'll probably get hit with that one. But yeah, after this, it's pretty much easy game. Now we actually get to Deathtoll specifically in this form. And yeah, I've already explained during the final fight what I had to do for this. But yeah, it was basically... What I did to make it easier is I actually put tape on my TV to tell me what spots to stand in for the laser part, so I'd actually remember. Because the easiest one the reason I kept running over to the green square every time to fight the fireballs, because that's an easier indicator for me. The other two spots are a little bit out of the way, so I basically just put a piece of tape there to say, okay, I need to move here every time I want to avoid the attack. And yeah, then I would, I really drug out this part because I was really trying not to get hit, so I'd make sure, like, I would even wait multiple times for the lasers to appear to finish off the fire pillars before doing that. So overall, a cool design for Deathtoll as a fight. You know, the big giant skeleton with two laser like gems or something on his side, and the big fireballs. But I guess I should have expected that in old games like this, that the way that it's coded, there's always going to be a spot of... Because back in the day, it would have been super complicated to make something super random or complicated in terms of like always getting hit by something or whatever. So there always had to be a pattern for every location. So yeah, I forgot how many times I did this off screen to just kind of get the patterns down. I would purposely like let battles run where I tried to figure out where things would go, so I just let myself get hit and then reload a save and do it again over and over just to figure it out. So that's why I figured out where to stand in these two spots for the final bit, and then figure out... And the fireballs were easy because those are always going to be the same. But the lasers, I wasn't sure if they were too random or not. But no, they've got a specific way of moving. As long as you're standing in that specific spot, by the time they get to you, it works. I'm trying to think really what else to say about this fight overall. Not the hardest of the Quintet final bosses, for sure. That might be Terra Enigma, maybe. It's hard to say. You can actually beat all the final bosses without taking hits, but it's really hard to do, especially... Actually, ActRaiser may be the hardest one because you have to go through a boss gauntlet. Although in ActRaiser, you can beat every single boss without getting hit, too. I'm not as good at that one. If I ever do that one, I might not do a flawless hit run just because that would be a little difficult to do for me, but it is possible. Yeah, I don't know why I decided to set myself up for a... no hit run on this. I think it's just because I was able to do it in a couple of previous fights. I'm like, you know what? let's see if I can do that for every boss in the game. And it is possible, but it is hard to do because really you have to get lucky, at least in the final boss, because you really have to get lucky with the magician form of Deathtoll, because of the randomness of where he teleports, there's just going to be a chance you just are going to get hit. He's going to teleport like right next to you, and you'll have to redo the fight again if you're trying to no-hit it. If you're trying to take very little damage, you could take the damage and just beat his road form fast enough to do it. But yeah, I kind of miss old boss designs like this. I mean, it is simple in a way, but there's something definitely appealing to it. And this game was never designed to be hard. And there we go, we get the final strike there. I was like, yes, did it. Woo. Although really the magician part was the part I was really excited for, but unfortunately it's post-commentary, so you won't get my actual full original reactions. Unfortunately, I just couldn't. I had to really focus too on that one. I couldn't do it on screen, unfortunately. I tried. That's why I try to do the boss fights first, or when I leave the actual recording in before adding this, just to show off, hey, I could try as best as I can, but then off screen I had to try it again, and see if I could figure it out or do it. So I left this part in just because it was easier to edit these parts in together for the video and stuff like that. So, alright. Let's get back to our regularly scheduled program. And that's it. Let's enjoy the ending of the game. Blazer, you made it. All the creatures have been saved. Every last one. Thanks to you. Looks like they had a little money in the final bit of the game. Why don't you go and see the world and all its creatures? Well, thanks, Master. I appreciate finally getting some time off after all this. You finally made it. First of all, let me say thank you. I started to think of many things. I know this may sound strange, but in the human world, if a person kills one man, he is a murderer. However, if a person kills 100, then he is praised as a hero. I don't know if that's true, dude. I became a king by this theory, but I always felt lonely. Even if I had many men and beautiful women around me, I felt alone. Now I realize no man can live by himself. I am going to spend all the money I received from Deathtoll to construct and build a great town. This is my way of compensating the people I helped defeat. But I also want to build a town where people won't have anything to fear, and they can begin to believe in themselves. Blazer, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I will build statues of you and Dr. Leo in the center of town. I promise to tell every generation about your accomplishments. Well, thanks. I guess that's the least you can do for destroying the world. Jerk.
Blazer, you made it. Dr. Leo can pass away peacefully.
I mean, he already passed away. He already died before this.
We tools exist to be used by human beings. We are happy if we're helpful to the humans.
Yeah, he passed away way before this whole situation.
And we hurt if they use us in the wrong way.
But you're a machine. You don't have feelings.
Even though we would like to tell them not to use us the wrong way, we cannot. This is very painful.
I'm sorry to hear that, Mary.
But Dr. Leo understood our feelings. The tools Dr. Leo used must have been happy. I'm so happy.
Well, yeah, when you go to shop, everything talks. Yeah.
Oh, you're back. Well, I wasn't worried, but Nom was really worried about you.
You threw him in jail, dude.
Nom, say something. ...
The king is such a thoughtless man.
Dr. Leo has passed away. I miss him very much.
Do you want to know how he passed away?
There are creatures that only get 1 year to live. The value of life depends on the number of days spent with fulfillment.
I guess that's true.
Maybe Dr. Leo's life was more fulfilled than many others.
Maybe. He did spend half of his life like building a thing to call Deathtoll to the land, so I don't know.
Blazer, thank you very much.
Did we get anything from the Mermaid Queen?
Peace has returned here to St. Ellis. The Dolphin Lou used to live with Dr. Leo.
Man, Dr. Leo had a lot of animal companions, huh?
It's strange, whenever he tells me about Dr. Leo and his daughter Lisa, I miss them and sometimes find myself crying.
Don't mermaids cry and do something, or am I thinking of something else?
Now Dr. Leo's gone. Lisa must be very lonely.
Yep, sorry to hear that.
Oh, here comes Lou. He must have heard your voice.
What? Did I talk? Do I talk in this game? I thought it was a mute protagonist angel thingy.
You! Blazer, why did you not visit me?
Calm down there, dude.
I decided to return to my hometown along with my friends. To tell you the truth. I am to be married.
Oh, Mazel Tov.
Hey Lala, come in here.
Does she look any different? No! Of course not.
Don't you think she's beautiful?
Not into dolphins, dude, but I guess.
We'll be happy together. Blazer, I wish you luck.
Thanks. I don't know what angels like Blazer want in his life, but I guess it's up to the player, I guess. Poor Turbo. Turbo's grave is standing alone. When Blazer... Turbo's grave is standing alone. When Blazer closed his eyes, he tried to imagine Turbo. You never even met the guy. You saw his spirit, but you never knew him. Like good sleep comes after hard work, good rest comes after an honest life. I will rest well with Dr. Leo. He was a good dog. Good boy. The world doesn't deserve dogs, I guess. Although they were bred to be made like that. Still, shh. Quiet. Lisa appears to be sleeping. Oh, well, we don't want to be creepy. Blazer placed the dream rod upon Lisa's head. Of course you did. Just can't let her sleep.
Blazer, I thought I would meet you here. I am all alone. I know that as time passes, I will stop feeling lonely.
That's good, right? We shouldn't feel lonely forever.
My father used to tell me the key to happiness lies in patience, not in haste.
Yeah, right. He said that right before he passed away.
I don't know whether you are an angel or human, but I must ask you to do me a favor.
I'm an angel.
I will not ask you to stay with me.
Good. We don't know each other that well.
Only promise me you'll return someday.
I'm an angel. I don't know how my lifespan really works, really.
You could tell me a lie, but I feel our promise will give me hope for the future.
You'll definitely forget about me eventually anyway.
Please.
This ain't the city of angels, dude.
Please promise me that you'll
No! Don't lie to the poor woman. Tell her the truth. But thou must, yes.
Thank you. I wish this dream would never end.
Well, that's all they are, dreams. And we are gone.
Blazer, promise me you'll return someday.
Yeah, where did they set with this whole thing about Lisa falling in love with us? I know it's an SNES and there's only so much limitations, but it's like, I guess because she was like one of the only few named characters in the game, so of course she fell in love with an angel. What are we, Christopher Walken? Or not Christopher, not Christopher, no. Grass Valley at sunset, the glistening ocean, the restored world was beautiful. I mean, Nicolas Cage, that's what I was thinking of. All the creatures stopped and looked at the beauty of the sunset. One was with his child, and one was with his friend. Creatures were in awe of the scenery. Suddenly, a light ray shot into the sky. However, no one noticed it. Was that us? Oh, that's what Lisa looks like. That's what they used all their graphics on. Lisa was standing all by herself. Yep, she sure was. Not doing anything, just staring and blinking at the sky. She used to feel lonely when she saw the sunset, but now she thinks it is beautiful. Sunsets are beautiful, from a certain point of view. No, they are just the majesty of the sun setting, or the earth spinning. Very, very slowly, but still. Just like her father changed impossible to possible, Lisa feels she'll be happy if she believes. Well, I guess anything is possible if you believe. If you're mentally strange like that, sure. Well, this is like a whole game about you playing as an angel for God, saving the world, so belief would be a very strong thing in this game. And let the Reddit credits roll. The staff of Soul Blazer. Thanks to, well, the people of Quintet and Quintet for making the game and Enix for publishing it. It was a fun game. Great hack and slash action. Very simple story. Angel defeats demons, saves the world. Thanks for Yukahide Takakawa for the music. It was fantastic. Obviously, the gameplay was simple and fun, interesting, fun characters, silly concepts like talking to elevators and stuff like that. But you know, if you're playing an angel trying to save the world from from Deathtoll who convinced a man to sell everyone for a single gold coin, you really have to just take everything with a grain of salt. Thanks for the text, Robert. You messed up a couple of times in some translations, but overall, I thought it was pretty close to, I guess, the gist of the game. Obviously, you had to do the censoring, but you know, not much you can do. Too bad Quintet closed its doors, like, I forgot what year it was. It was like in the 90s where they closed their door permanently. They made so many great SNES games, too. It's kind of sad, the fate of what happened to it. And the thing is, not a lot of people in America were aware of these games. I mean, Illusion Guy is probably the most popular one, at least in America, that people are aware of. Terra Enigma is their best one, but only people in Japan and Europe got that one. We never got that in America. We got Chrono Trigger instead, which... fair enough, we probably got the better, depending on how people view things, we got the better game by far. In terms of, like, Europe didn't get Chrono Trigger until years later, but still. But yeah, overall, Soul Blazer was a very fun game. I enjoyed my playthrough of it. I probably could have done things a little bit differently, more efficiently, but overall, and my doing the no hit run, which was surprising, I was actually able to accomplish. I actually got frustrated quite a few times by doing it. But yeah, I can't believe this game came out in 1992, so many years ago. But yeah, it was a great game. Thanks for Nintendo for letting them put it on your console. Enix, Quintet, and all the Quintet games about life, you know, love, and what is to experience those types of things. So I guess we'll leave it off there. What the? My follower, tell me, what is on your mind? I do not know what has happened between you and that girl. However, being attracted to a human means that you have not yet established yourself as a heavenly creature. A year has now passed, but your feelings have not changed. Maybe you should try living as a human being, learning how they live. Be warned, though, once you go down to Earth, you will lose all memory. Did we turn into a goat? Hey, Turbo, I feel something strange in the air today. What's wrong with me? Oh, the Turbo got reincarnated as a goat. What the? Hey, babe. How's it going?
Blazer? Is that you? Oh, my. I knew you would come back. What's wrong? Don't you remember me?
Well, I said I lose all my memory, right? So gotta say no in this case. So yeah, this is almost kind of the same situation with King Magritte and his queen, except we're actually heavenly and nice and stuff like that. So No, sorry. At least according to what the master said, anyway.
It's okay. You don't have to worry. I can tell by the look in your eyes. It's me, Lisa, daughter of Dr. Leo, the inventor. Please, don't you remember me? Well, okay. You have never lied to me.
Ha ha.
It's just hard to believe you lost all your memory. Alright, I won't ask you again. I guess I have to change my way of thinking.
People have to do that.
We can create many new and wonderful memories together. Okay, let me introduce myself. I am Lisa. And the goat behind me is Turbo. Come on, Turbo. Say hello.
Bleat.
He looks like a dog I used to have.
That's not possible, lady.
That is why I call him Turbo. Come, I will show you around.
Oh, we get a beautiful girl, we got a animal companion and a goat,
Hurry up, Turbo.
and we get to live as a human. Is that really a great trade? Well, you know what they say about the candle burns twice as bright or whatever, so we'll have a great experience, but at a shortened lifespan. Huh, maybe that's what the end! That's what the king of the halflings meant with all this, so. Alright, well, Blazer gets his end, despite whatever we wanted to, and Lisa gets Blazer, so I guess happy all around. Everyone wins, and everything is great in the world, and the master can watch us for all eternity and bless his associate. So that's it for Soul Blazer. Nothing left to go except to enjoy the ending and the final bit of music. I hope you enjoyed my playthrough of Soul Blazer. I definitely want to play at some point the rest of the Quintet games like Actraiser, Terranigma, Illusion of Gaia, especially Illusion of Gaia. That one holds a special place to me overall because of the history I have with it. But yeah, this game, I didn't play this one initially. I played this one years later. Like I think I played it in like a Blockbuster or something like that after Illusion of Gaia, after I was just trying to find new games. But I still like some of the other games better, but Soul Blazer definitely has its own major charm to it. But anyway, talked enough and left enough of my memories and impressions of the game overall. So hopefully you get a chance to play this game for yourself if you ever get a chance. If not, at least you have my playthrough and memories to experience with. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next game.